Look at everybody, how they look after I fight them. They're beat the fuck up.
Boxing fans, welcome back.
Mike Tyson gave me that name, the Mexican Monster. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Resilience, power, and relentless drive. David Benavides has been cleaning up the super middleweight division for a long time, proving he's a fighter to be feared.
I'd be afraid to fight him too if I was in that division.
All the way from Phoenix, Arizona, this young champion made history by becoming the youngest super middleweight champion in boxing, claiming the throne at just 20 years old.
Of Phoenix, Arizona, known as the Mexican Monster, introducing
David Benavides, who had stopped almost every opponent he had faced, began pressuring Gavril right from the start of the fight with powerful combinations and power punches. Landing the cleaner shots in the early rounds, David was outscoring Gavril on the judges' cards. But Ronald Gavril, a fighter with a deep amateur background and signed by Mayweather Promotions, began throwing volumes of punches midway through the fight, evening the score. But David's power was enough to keep Gavril at a distance and force him to fight off his back foot. In the final round, Gavril landed a punch that sent David to the canvas for the first time in his career. But even with a knockdown in his favor, it wasn't enough to secure the win, and David emerged victorious by split decision, becoming the youngest super middleweight champion.
From Phoenix,
I'm just not really praising fighters, it's just giving guys their props. This guy can fight.
What do you think of David Benavides? What makes him so good?
His mentality. He doesn't give a fuck who he fights. He doesn't give a fuck who he spars.
How cool is it to get in there and mix it up with this guy right here? It's like a dream come true, man. A world champion.
Hey, this kid, keep an eye on this kid. He'll be top dog. He'll be champ. Mark my words.
Thank you.
Becoming a champion at 20 is no small feat, but it's certainly something you'd expect from someone who was sparring with fighters like Triple G and Kelly Pavlik at just 15 years old.
I've worked with the top fighters since I was 15 years old. I didn't have any amateur experience. My experience, I got it from sparring with champions. I started sparring Golovkin when I was 15 years old. I want this, and I'm going to show everybody that, I'm here to stay. I'm not playing with nobody.
A grin from Davis means one thing.
Benavides is smiling. He goes, okay, yeah, come on.
You're about to have some serious issues.
Benavides hoping to win back the belt. Warrior punches from Benavides.
After defeating Jaleon Love with an amazing second-round knockout, Benavides was ready to face world champion Anthony Durrell.
We said let's get the fans to fight they want to see. Let's give them a war and let's steal the show.
And do you feel like you need to knock him out to be a true champion?
That's what I feel like we have to do, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Anthony Durrell's never been knocked out, so that's another challenge we're going to take, and I'm going to be the first one to knock Anthony Durrell out.
You can't do that.
I'll put people in hospitals. That's what I do.
You know it's here to stay, man. You was a good champion, man, but, it's my baby.
The right eye of Anthony Durrell. It's opened up for those left hooks, but the cut is in the eyelid. So Benavides is really smelling blood right now. This is body punch from Benavides. Once again, we check in with that.
Just right now, just getting battered by David Benavides.
That's it. They're going to stop the fight right now. That will do it. Benavides remains unbeaten now, 22-0.
I'm the type of fighter that I like the fire. I like feeling the heat because that's when the best comes out of me.
This kid, David Benavides, is special.
He can throw powerful punches. He can throw fast punches.
Oh my goodness, a 7-punch combination.
He can do a little bit of it all.
Can you give me 3 fighters that you can say Benavides is a combination of?
He got a little bit of sugar in there with the fast hand punch.
Right now.
He threw a lot of combinations.
Yes.
Fast combinations. He has the height of a Turner Hearns.
Benavides.
He uses his range good when he wants to, right? But he throws the combinations and throws no, and he stays the same, kind of like Salvador Sanchez. He keep that pressure on you once he starts. He don't give you no break.
Always ready for all the smoke and bringing excitement to the ring with every fight, Benavides was steadily rising to stardom in the world of boxing. But unfortunately for David, he would lose the belt after failing to make weight, coming in 3 pounds over the super middleweight limit.
170.8 for Benavides.
The hotel, they only allow you to go downstairs. You use the gym for an hour. There's no sauna allowed.
You know, it's just a couple of different things, but obviously I'm very disappointed in, stuff that's happening right now, but I still got a good job to do tomorrow.
He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 22 wins, no losses. Here is the youngest fighter ever to capture the super middleweight crown. Introducing El Bandera Roja, David Benavides.
Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Benavides, you hear those shots, they are wicked. Sticking that jab.
David Benavides was dominating the fight with body shots and powerful combinations, but he remained cautious, knowing that Alexis Angulo's 82% knockout rate made him a dangerous opponent.
Benavides, the office. There's a left hook.
By round 5, David's relentless body shots were taking their toll, and the fight had become a complete display of dominance from Benavides.
Willow needs to do something to try to change around the momentum of this fight. It is all David Benavides. Johnny Callis may want to get in there. A left hook that connected by Angulo. But Johnny Callis may want to get in there. It's like, at what point do you stop this fight?
By round 10, the Colombian fighter wouldn't come out of his corner, giving David the victory after an outstanding performance.
I get a lot of satisfaction from hurting people and stopping people.
It's over. It's over. Yeah.
I did what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to stop this guy because nobody's ever stopped him, nobody's ever hurt him, and you see exactly what I did.
It's not fake. The power's real. The knockouts were there. In terms of hype, it's there. He's definitely got knockout power.
I don't shy away from anybody. I brawl with the brawlers and I can outbox the box. I feel like the fans, they're going to want to see me no matter what.
I've seen David up front, and not only how he works, but listening how his punch lands.
How hard does he hit, by the way?
Probably like a lot,
Might move up to cruiser.
He just comes in just
he's a machine gun. I'm waiting for him to send me the contract. Them bitches know what's up.
This, they call him the boogeyman. I take care of him. I'll be the boogeyman. I got power. A lot of people overlook it, but I'm back 100%. So I'll show my power Saturday night.
He's never been in there with somebody at the level of fighter I am. I feel like I'm going to be too much for him.
12 rounds of WBC Super Middleweight World Title Eliminator. Ronald Reckless Ellis taking on El Bandera Roja.
Benavides, truthfully, that was the worst year of my life.
Look at this combination by David Benavides.
Dismantling yet another top 10 WBC ranked fighter, David delivered the kind of beating we've come to expect from him.
Is he the hardest puncher you've been in the ring with? Nah, the most volume, hell yeah.
Look at this combination punching by Benavides.
David's a big dude, throwing like a lightweight. David's a monster.
Ronald Ellis was a tough competitor, man. I just hope the fans like what they've seen. I do a lot of combinations, punches and bunches. I love throwing punches. I love stopping people. So me against all the big names would be an amazing fight. I want some excitement. I want the big names, whoever.
You think David Benavides could take Canelo?
Definitely feel like I beat Canelo Alvarez, and I feel like it would,
right
now I'd beat Canelo Alvarez.
Todos piensan cuando me ven pelear, piensan que es fácil. No es lo mismo llamar al león que verlo venir.
Months after Benavides' victory over Ellis, Canelo was preparing to face the number 2 ranked fighter at 168 pounds, Billy Joe Saunders.
And he never reached out to me. He reached out to every other champion besides. I feel like I give him the best fight. When he beats Billy Joe Saunders and then he goes to beat Caleb Plant, I feel like he's going to say that his work at super middleweight division.
Do you think Canelo is avoiding you?
Don't lie, dog David Benavides. I want Canelo versus Benavides.
That we haven't seen the fights we wanted to see him in. We have seen Canelo fight plausible opponents, but not the fighters that we really have wanted to see him fight. Fight Benavides.
I personally feel that Benavides has
what it takes to beat Canelo, but I could be wrong.
Benavides got the best chance. You know, he's young. The thing about Benavides, he puts a lot of pressure and he puts his punches together. But then he's going to have Canelo's punches coming back.
I want him to go fuck up Benavides. You know, Benavides did me dirty. Go fuck him up, Canelo.
By the end of 2021, Benavides was lined up to face Uzcategui, a seasoned fighter with an aggressive style. As a former world champion who had battled some of the division's toughest opponents, Uzcategui brought both experience and power to the ring, making him a formidable challenge.
They said it's gonna be an honor to fight each other. So he's a great fighter, and that's the type of fighters I'm gonna fight.
Breaking news of Uzcategui tested positive for PEDs. Uzcategui is out of the fight with David Benavides.
When Jose Uzcategui came up positive, and then you found out, okay, Kyron Davis said, I'm gonna take the challenge.
Uzcategui came out positive for steroids, but hats off to Kyron Davis. You know, he stepped up to the plate, accepted the fight. You know, I've been on a 5-fight knockout streaks. You know, I don't plan on having that stop.
I knew if I got in the ring, I could possibly shock this dude.
As a duty, as a fighter, I step in. You know, it's going to be a world-class fight. We come in to fight, we come in to win.
Kyron, it takes a special fighter to take a fight on 2-week notice and go into someone's backyard to go fight.
Proudly representing his home of Phoenix, Arizona, introducing the hard-hitting and the undefeated El Bandera Roja, David Benavides.
Touch him up, bang it to the bell.
Combinations by Benavides. David Benavides, team up, left hand through the guard, uppercut. And Benavides lighting up Davis here in the 6th. Davis sacred, or Davis valiantly fighting back. Tyron Davis continues to be systematically broken down. Another big left hand. The towel has been thrown in.
It don't matter with me if I get you now, the 1st round, the 2nd round, the 7th round, the 12th round, 11th round. I'm gonna get you eventually, and I don't let off until I knock people out, or until I stop them.
David Benavides is a ducked fighter. A lot of people don't want to fight the guy. He's a monster.
I think Benavides right now could beat a guy like Canelo, man.
I think that he can. I think he has all the necessary tools to beat a guy like Canelo. Benavides is a great talent. You know, I've been in there with him in his career. He's been doing a great job, and I think that's a 50-50 fight.
After another excellent performance and continuing his knockout streak, David Benavides stood at the top of the super middleweight division. El Bandera Roja, with momentum on his side, was gearing up for his next big test, a clash against former world champion David Lemieux.
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good fight, another title. You know, I should have been fighting for the world title, but since Canelo, he got other things going on. I'm just excited. You know, David Lemieux is a great fighter, he's an ex-world champion.
With a lethal punch, David Lemieux had made his mark in the big leagues for years. He had gone toe-to-toe with strong competitors like Triple G, Gabe Rosado, and Billy Joe Saunders. He had witnessed every fighting style out there.
Lemieux, he's physically strong, man.
Knockout of the year so far, I believe.
By far.
I think people underestimate the quality of his technique, and with the kind of power that David have, like only one mistake and it's all over.
David, he is a very good fighter. He is very strong.
Did you feel his power?
Yes, of course. He is very good fighter. He is warrior.
Hard right hand by Lemieux.
For a main event that will bring fireworks. First of all, I respect you. Know I respect the hell out of you as a fighter. But why in the hell would you come to Phoenix in this man's backyard, step up and weight to challenge a guy who people call the boogeyman at 168?
Very simple answer to that. Well, when you're a champion and you want to be the world champion, you got to beat the best guy out there. And right now, Benavides stands in front of me, and that's who I got to beat to be the world champion.
I really want to go in there and earn the WBC interim title. I mean, I have a lot of respect for David Lemieux. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. You know, he's had some great knockouts, but you know, I feel like he has a lot to worry about with me. You know, I feel like I'm stronger, faster. He does have the experience on his end, but I'm just looking forward for this fight. It's gonna be a tremendous fight.
It's showtime! He really can do it all.
Yeah, taking his time.
Left on. Got a stagger from Lemieux. Benavides unloading with
know if these guys really want to fight David. Looks like fighting David's bad for your health.
He's a great champion, tough fighter, and my hat's off to David Lemieux because he's the only one who had the balls to take the fight with me.
But what are you going to do now because you got Charlo?
You and Benavides is a great fight too.
Like we make that shit happen, I guess, and we can kick it like that. Motherfucker, we gonna get in there with any motherfucker body. Put Benavides' ass in there. Why not?
You've got Morrell. David Benavides is here tonight. You just watched him fight.
Next. Hey, baby, you're the next.
You have Caleb Plant.
You can fight, but you're an ugly motherfucker.
You know, I'm not scared of nobody. I'll put my belts against anybody, and I guarantee you, I'll knock everybody out.
We have 3 options for November. One is Plant, the second one is Morrell, and the third one is Charlo. It's no other way. Canelo doesn't happen. He will not take a step ahead to fight the real champion.
Caleb Plant.
As 2023 began, David was set to face what would be one of his toughest opponents in the ring to date. A fighter with lightning-fast punches and an elusive defense, this highly anticipated matchup had been talked about for years, and after a long wait, it was finally about to happen.
We finally get one of the fights that boxing fans have been demanding for quite some time. It is a true test of both fighters at the very elite level.
I like Caleb Plant. He's a live dog. The skills speak for itself.
Benavides. Because Benavides is younger, confident. I know Caleb Plant is a good boxer. Benavides is gonna be the one hunting him.
Benavides Plant, 2 wins.
I think Benavides because he's more strong, younger, so I think Benavides.
Yeah, why? Benavides strong, he's fucking gangster, he's strong, he's got good speed. I just think Benavides.
I like both. I think that it's a good fight. It's big for boxing. Both of them are young and hungry. And they got a tour before, right? So
They don't like each other. The beef is real.
yeah, it's a good build-up. So I think it's good for boxing.
This fight will be a candidate for Fight of the Year, if not the Fight of the Year in 2023.
I guarantee you guys are gonna have a good fight. We're gonna fuck this guy up. We're gonna send him to a hospital.
March 25th, you ain't gotta worry about me pulling out.
Show up.
I'm gonna show up. And when I show up on weight, and I don't test positive for cocaine neither. Don't worry about me showing up.
Been knocked the fuck out already, but Canelo pushed you to sleep. That's exactly what I'm gonna do to you. You got 13 fucking knockouts.
Say what?
Fucking fight. You hit like a little bitch.
Ask Anthony Durrell. What I do to Anthony Durrell? You ain't gonna do that.
You're scared. You're scared. Look at you.
There's a lot of tough guy, rah stuff. You know,
yeah,
even
this fucking guy just fucking looks like he's about to cry. Look at his fucking eyes. I know a pussy wants to see him.
Then shut the fuck up and quit interrupting. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is electric. Caleb Plant, his opponent across the ring. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring. Introducing David Benavides.
Touch him up.
Tried to get them to touch gloves. They're having nothing to do with it. They stare daggers through each other's eyes.
Caleb Plant would start the early rounds using his jab and managing to land lightning-fast combinations on David.
The element that he needs to have. Left from Plant catches Benavides going back.
David started to apply pressure on Plant, unleashing powerful shots and effectively countering Caleb. David eventually took control of the fight, but Plant refused to be knocked out, enduring each of Benavides' punches and showing the heart of a warrior.
Yeah, well, that's because of the movement. Oh, that's the right hand. Plant is in trouble. Left hook to the body. Gets countered upstairs.
Wow, he's getting beat in there. This round is the beatdown for Plant.
Still, the undefeated interim WBC super middleweight world champion, David Benavides.
The fight lived up to what it was supposed to live up to. Bad blood, but I'm glad that me and Caleb Plant were able to fight like warriors in the ring and, bury the beef.
We got in here, we started like men. You know, we haven't been the best of friends, but we got in the ring and we started like men. That's what you're supposed to do.
For me in this fight, there wasn't no loser in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Never a winner. Thank you guys for giving the world a great boxing show and entertaining us with you guys live.
Delivering exactly what the sport of boxing needed, these two warriors would add another iconic fight to 2023. Alongside Crawford and Spence fighting for the undisputed title at 147 pounds, and thrilling matchups like Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, boxing was entering a new golden era. The excitement was palpable, with fans feeling it everywhere, as the sport was on a meteoric rise.
I understand Caleb is a boxer. I'm a fighter boxer, of course. I can fight mid-range, I can fight inside. I move a lot better. Listen, we're just two different styles, God bless him, but it's, you know, we're not the same.
I know how to break down people. And at the end of the day, it's like, I know I can fight.
Yeah, definitely. This is the biggest fight of my career up to this date. You know, I give Demetrius Andrade a lot of props. He's a great fighter. You know, a lot of people have been ducking him for a long time. You know, I know it's not going to be an easy fight. I know it's going to be a tough fight, but at the end of the day, this is when they bring the best out of me. And I'm a monster for a reason.
This is the fight where the winner takes on Canelo Alvarez next.
I don't know. I'm not worried about Canelo Alvarez. I'm worried about Demetrius Andrade.
Fuck Canelo. This is it. This is the Super Bowl of the 168 division right here. David Benavides versus Demetrius Andrade, the two avoided fighters. But at this time, in our obstacle, in our journey, it's now. So this is the fight.
A battle of two undefeated fighters. Somebody, Zoe, has got to go.
Even though they've been sparring.
Wow.
Beautiful shot by
blistering combination by Andrade. Oh, heavy right hand. Down goes Andrade in the fourth.
I don't think Andrade looks all back.
Another heavy right hand. But getting more than that. Mouthpiece has been knocked out again. Benavides remains unbeaten, 28-0.
Benavides tonight, man. And
Oh man, he looked spectacular. He did. He's just relentless. You know what I mean? His pressure, but it's smart pressure. He's throwing straight punches. He's going to the body, going up and down.
He first adjusted toward hitting the body. One of the oldest truisms in the sport. You kill the body and the head will die.
That's the only question that people want to hear. You know what I mean? I got 3 WBC belts right here. I'm the best in the division. If they want to give me an opportunity now or later, I'm gonna keep winning. You know, like I said, I'm gonna be the greatest of my generation by the time I'm done. And my job is not complete until I make that happen.
Fresh from another resounding victory, Benavides was ready to step up to the next big challenge. Far from securing the fight against Canelo, David decided to make the jump to the 175-pound division to face former world champion Alexander Gvozdyk.
Obviously, the fight that the whole world wanted to see was me versus Canelo, but since that fight is not happening, you know, we're doing the next best thing. We're going up to 175 and starting our campaign there. You know, to be honest with you, you guys keep asking me about Canelo. I do not care about Canelo. Like, I want to make my own lane. That's why I came up to 175. I've been trying to get that fight with Canelo for a long, long time. And as you can see, I got the star power now. You know, people love the way I fight. But That'd be a big fight. That'd be a really big fight. I think everybody wins. The world of boxing wins. The fans win. And you know, if he really believes that he's the best in the world, then come beat me and come shut me up. But I'm still gonna be right here contending and working hard. And like I said, I'm gonna keep showing you guys why I'm the Mexican Monster.
Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the content, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This was a presentation of the Boxing Code. See you next time.